Hello everyone and welcome to another stream with me here. We're gonna take a look at farms today. I have actually downloaded some more assets, including some wind turbines. Let's see here if that actually is on the list here. I'm not sure exactly where it is. I have this new water tower at least, which is a bit smaller, meaning I can possibly disconnect this one. Let's see if I have any easy sewage connection now. Yeah, I have this one. Might be a bit big. Does this actually help reduce the sewage? Let's see. I thought it would create electricity. That would kind of be the best, but apparently not. Let's see if I disconnect this now. That works. Press play. Doesn't seem like it worked. These are both water connections, I guess, which is not what I needed. But for the visual effects, I could still use that one. Let's try and go back to it again and place it somewhere up here, like so. I should also remove some of the trees around here to make it look a little more available for the wind. That way. That should create some electricity. It doesn't right now, but if it was real, it should have done that. Actually, I'm not sure if those windmills are supposed to create electricity. Might be that they are not supposed to do that. It looks sort of like this thing in the middle could be a pump. So, I don't know. I downloaded a few more assets, including some animals. Let's see here, cows. They could be in an area over here. Pigs, tractors, which is important of course. Let's try and place a few tractors over here. Like so. One here as well, I guess. That should work. Actually, I could have a tractor over here instead. I think that would make more sense. Put it about there. That doesn't look too bad. Go back in here. Was it here? It wasn't there. It was in parks, okay. Let's quickly create a fence around a specific area here first. That's in this area, I think. Yeah. So we could have that fence about, well, let's see, actually remove some of the trees here first and try to make this fence kind of follow the road here. Oh, there's an update. That's pretty cool. Oh wow, that's really nice actually. I didn't know that existed. This circle tool could be really useful. Anyways, let's go back here, choose the fence tool, kind of try to have this quite close here. Like so. And over here, not sure how far, maybe like about here. That might be okay. And let's actually keep a bit space here so we can determine that according to how far the fence goes over here. Unless I chose to have the fence on the other side, which would make more sense. Kind of have the trees on the inside of the animal area. And now try to connect these. You can see that didn't go too well. Let's try and reduce the angle a bit. Just until this works. Straight fence doesn't work either. Let's see what kind of fence works then. Maybe we'll have to give them a little bit more space first. Okay, close, really close. Is that fine? Not sure. If I remove one of the fences like that, I could possibly make this work a little better. Oh yeah, pretty close here. And that's perfect. So now we have this fence around here, which should work for the animals just fine. Let's go back into the decoration area here and place some cows. And yeah, I'm actually not sure what kind of animal I should choose though. Cows are nice. Might be a bit too small of a farm for that. Not really sure. Let's do that for now anyways. A few over here. Like so. And a few over here. Try to keep them a bit diverse in the angles, if you understand what I mean, so they don't all stand the same way, and use a little bit of those. They apparently need water for some strange reason. Let's see if there's any other cows. This is a eating cow. Okay, so I've only made eating cows for now. I will need to make a few more of these then. Try to keep them quite packed in here, like so. Maybe a few a little out from the center here, that way. Try to keep these close as well. That should be good. Actually, these are a bit too close probably. Try to keep them a little more spread out, since it's quite a big area. Okay, that should be better. Give them some water. Kind of strange to give them this huge water line. Yeah, that should work. I could also copy this thing here. Let's see, copy that, rotate it something like that, that way. Try to kind of make this entrance for the farm. Let's see here, add a bit more fence probably. Use the prop tool to prop anarchy tool. That should work, I guess. I could actually sort of make this go into the building. That would also make sense. Oh, okay, so there's more updates to this prop line too. I'll just check those out. Okay, what's this? Oh, that's really nice actually. That's quite cool. Perfect circles. Let's see how that works. Oh, okay, that's quite smart. So there's no spaces between each of these. I like that. Render or place vanilla resolution. What does that mean? I don't know. Use mesh for center correction. Okay, well, great updates there. And let's take a look here as well. Spacing control. Oh, okay. That's quite cool as well, actually. Let's see here. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that. Uh, and of course I need to add a harbor as well. I almost forgot that. Let's see where I can add that. That might be a bit too small actually. I was thinking I could just kind of make a slope from about here like this, sort of like a harbor, but it's made out of the terrain. I don't remember exactly what those are called. Um, hello, welcome to my stream. I have already put down a toll booth right here, as you can see, and this stuff for looking through the window there. It's quite fast actually for, you know, checking the ID, I guess. But I have just placed a stop sign there, so that's basically the only reason why they are stopping. Anyways, let's go back here. Take a look at this again. Try to make this a bit further out here. That could work. Let's also use this one. Okay, that didn't go too well. Okay. Let's see if I raise this a bit, maybe that would help. Apparently not. Let's try and raise the terrain inside here a bit. That doesn't work either, okay. Erase it using this tool a bit, maybe. Okay, that didn't work either. What can I do then? I could probably try to make this a bit closer. Like so. Could that work? Does that look like a small pier here? Try to make it look a bit smoother. That should be about it. Could always rotate this a bit around, like, let's see, about here. That doesn't work, okay. Or just remove one of them. That could also work. That way. Actually kind of makes more sense. And let's try to add a path down here. Disable the road guidelines. That should be good. Let's also move this a bit further up here. If I can do that. That should work. And let's move the terrain here a bit. If that's possible. Okay, so that might be a bit difficult because of this seawall which I just placed. I guess that can work. Could also increase the terrain height a bit here. Yeah, that's a nice little harbor thing. Make it a bit more intact with the ocean. Like so. I don't know, this might be a bit low. These are probably normally a bit higher. So I'm just going to try and find some boats and add them. Apparently this one doesn't attach to the water surface. That's a bit annoying. This one, apparently that one doesn't either. Strange. Let's see. Okay, this one is a bit too big, obviously. This one, they all seem to be going underwater for some strange reason. A small boat. Let's try and see if there's... I could actually also... Okay, this one floats. Okay, that's good. So just kind of attach that about here. Let's see how that looks. So that needs a road connection. That should be fine. I can fix a road connection. I'll just have to lower it a bit first. That way. So it kind of looks as it fits through the water line. Okay, so now it's complaining that it's drowned. That's not good. Let's just try and use this one and raise it up instead. Or something like that. Let's see. Use the movie tool. Get it over here. Yeah, that's not too bad actually. Realistically, maybe the other way. Like so. And well, I could have one of these as okay, that's maybe too big. Let's see, this makes a bit more sense. That's too big. Try and move this over here. Could hope it as well. try and make this fit perfectly. A bit too high of a distance there. Okay, so these float apparently according to the ocean, so I can't just have them like that. One should work, otherwise there will just be issues. That doesn't look too bad, I think. Not sure about this. I could... okay, I regret that now. Actually, it wasn't too bad after all. But I could try to use some rocks instead. Since this is a sort of rural harbor. See, try to reduce the distance here a bit. Make this like a path they can walk on, I guess. I don't know if that works. Let's try and move these rocks a bit. Make this look a bit more natural, I guess. Make this like a staircase kind of thing. Okay, does that look okay? This first rock, I am not sure about that actually. The other ones, they look okay, I guess. If we copy this, maybe that can help a bit. And let's see, remove the rock underneath here. Like that. Or just try to do it this way and sort of, let's see here, remove this little rock here as well. Just use the ladder to connect these. Could that work? I will probably need something a bit flatter there. Yeah, this might actually work. And I guess that didn't work too well. Hard to get this working. And you know, it's not that steep actually. Could just work that way. Okay, that's a bit too big. Could have those out here. Hmm. Pied ruins. Okay, this is a bit too big. I didn't want something that big. Abandoned lighthouse. Could work. I was thinking of having a lighthouse out here. That way. Does that look okay? I think it's kinda unlogical to have it out there when you can have it in the middle though. Anyways, I'll do that later. Try to focus on this thing. Let's see. It's hard to get this horrible thing working actually. Could this work? I guess it's sort of cheating. It's not really a harbor, of course, but it looks kind of nice. Let me see, try and move this thing. Of course, we have to move this a bit away. Okay, that didn't work, apparently. I guess it's just not steep enough. That's the problem here. Well, actually, it's quite steep. That's not the problem. The problem is I don't have a pier that's long enough. Let's see if I can actually do that with this. Like so. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Actually, try and keep this a bit closer. Keep it a bit further down. And if I now just connect this with another one like so, I could also make sure there's no pillars. They are kind of weird around here. Okay, so is that fine? Seems like it. Try and keep this a bit closer. Like so. A bit higher than the water level. That should work. And now just try to have this boat along here. You know, actually I think I'll try to make this as a sort of main pier. If you understand me, let me try and explain. So this is the main pier, and then I'll just have another one sort of the asset I found over here, or was it here? This one. Just have that on the side. I guess that kind of works. What else? There was something more I was gonna do on this farm. Pretty sure of it. I'm just gonna spread the animals a bit more right now. I can see it looks kind of strange. And now they are still too dense here. Something like that could work. Let's see. These are pretty far away from each other right now. But you know, they are not competing for the grass. Here they are quite close actually. Okay, that should work. What else? I'm pretty sure I downloaded some more props. Let's see if I can find those. Dark asphalt. That's not something I need, I guess. Let's try and look through this. Okay, that's lighting. I didn't download anything on lighting. There are these, which I'm not exactly sure what they are, but they seem to be quite popular, so I guess it's sort of hay and stuff like that, which you find in farms. Let's see what else. Nothing else in this category. There's this thing, which is sort of a area for tractors and stuff like that. I could have one of those here. That way. Or actually just remove those trees, put it a bit further back here. I guess that would make more sense. Also, I'd had to flatten the terrain a bit because it's currently floating a bit, which is kind of strange. Let's see how that looks. Still floating. Let's try and make sure that lands on the ground. About there, I guess. Still a bit floating. Could put it a bit further away from the slope, I guess. It's not flat here at all, that's the problem, really. Try to find a nice spot for it without having it all glitch. Okay, that could actually work. Let's have it that way. What else? Let's see here. I was in this section, wasn't I? Think so. Yeah. Let's see here. Swing. What's this? Oh, this is sort of like a bench with a swing on. And that's pretty cool. Could have one of those here. What else? Some fence. Yeah, I could have some more fence. Something like that. To kind of separate these. Let's see what more. There's quite a few things here actually. Barrier. Yeah, I don't need that. Traffic walls, no. Cow. Oh, okay, I see. I should have used that all along, actually. You can see that doesn't create any dirt around. That's much better, actually. I was wondering about that. Kind of annoying to have the dirt hang around the cows. So let's try and have the cows sort of walk along the fence here. That could be okay. A few more here. Yeah, that should be good. Kind of hard to make this work. Fine. Okay, that's good. Let's see what else. This could actually have been useful for me for quite a while right now. So, it's such a shame I noticed that right now actually. Let's see how that looks here. Okay, that doesn't work. That works. Meaning I could basically have that one instead of this huge thing. Let's place this one over here, sort of in the distance. That should be good. What else? Another tractor. That should be over here. Lift truck. Nah. Some wood. Yeah, that could actually make sense. Have a few of these here. Like so. A car, okay. Road cars would basically be useless out here, since there's no road connection besides the island. So I'm not gonna do that. A smaller tractor, that could actually be more logical here. I'm gonna place that instead of this huge one, which used to be. To do the same here. I think the other tractor is about a bit out of scale. Let's see. I have two tractors over there. Might be enough, actually. But I'm gonna place another one in here. Just because this shed kinda looks useless and I wanna have some use for it. Okay, that's actually really close, but I think it should be fine. No, it's fine at least. Let's see if it's aligned with the ground as well. Okay, no, it's aligned with the ground. I guess I'll have to align this thing as well. If it isn't already. Okay, so that's already aligned. It's just kind of because the roof is really thick. Floor, sorry. Let's see, move this up a bit again. That should work. What else kind of props do I have here? Let's go back to that harbor thing I found, which was about, let's see here. Did I skip it now? Yeah, I skipped it. Let's go back here. Not there. This one. I was gonna use. Okay, I already placed it. Great. Let's see. I don't need that anymore. I can just use the normal pedestrian path. Like so. A bit weird shape here. I could actually end the pedestrian path about there instead. Or just have it kind of curve here to follow this pier here. Something like that. Is this far above the sea level? Not really, but I think it should be fine. Let's move this boat over here now. Yeah. Now they have a nice little harbor here. Or, I guess, large. Let's also try and smooth out the ends here a bit more, so it doesn't look too difficult to make for these small farmers here. That looks kind of more realistic, and I could also add back another rock here, so this kind of looks more natural, like a part of the landscape, I guess. Kind of make this a bit more rocky. Okay, actually that should do it. Move this around maybe a bit, like so. Try to move this a bit as well. To about there. I'm not sure how deep it is. I might have to make this ocean ground a bit deeper. Okay, that's definitely enough. Now it's actually getting a bit difficult here to sort of maintain the possibility for them to walk on top of this. here. Okay, so that should be fine. Quite a steep exit into the ocean there. Let's go back here, see if there's any more props. Quite a few here actually. I doubt I will need any trucks here. Again, this is a independent island sort of thing, so long distance transportation vehicles will be unnecessary. A digger that could actually make sort of sense here, which the farmers have bought, I guess. Yeah, and there's these farms, these animals. None of these cows are currently eating, so I'll try and add a few more cows which are eating. One here. Yeah, that should be good. Have this in these sort of pockets where they crouch together, I guess. Let's take a look at that a bit closer. Yeah, these coats aren't really that detailed when you look close, as you can see. From distance it looks pretty cool, which is also kind of sad because they disappear quite fast. But if I use the LOD toggler, they should be visible. Let's try that right now actually. Yeah, they are visible, but not for very far actually. So that's still quite sad. I wish these cows would be visible a bit further away. But it's still looking pretty cool. So I shouldn't really complain too much. Let's get back into the crops here. Pig. Yeah, I could have a few pigs actually. A few in here. This is a really small area. Okay, this sheep is... What kind of sheep is that? I mean, wow, that's big. Look in comparison to the cow. That's like a monster sheep. Let's compare that to the tractor over here. That's a enormous sheep right there. I'm gonna screenshot that right away. I don't judge the asset creators, by the way. It's quite hard to get the size right, I know that. It's kind of funny seeing it in game here. How it doesn't all fit together perfectly. This cow here as well. Sorry, pig. This pig doesn't look to be the correct size. And the feet is probably a bit too tall. I guess. Doesn't feel like a pig at all. A pond. What should I use that for? Could I have one over here? Would that make sense? Okay, that disappears when you look far away, so I'm not gonna do that. This island looks nice anyways. I'm gonna try to look for a lighthouse. If I could find that, it would be great. I'm not really sure where that would be. Could be in here, I guess. Okay, so there's pigs in here as well. And monster sheeps. I was gonna do something for those areas, but I don't remember exactly what. Okay, so that one doesn't have electricity yet. But now it does. This doesn't seem to be rotating. I guess the animation doesn't work that well. I could also have this water pump here, kind of on a hill, I guess. A little bit further up. Let's try that. Doesn't seem to work right now. Maybe it's just lagging. Let's try and use the default tool. Okay, that works a bit better. Or not. I guess we'll have to remove these water pipes, which is the problem apparently. That way. Okay. That's strange. Use the movie tool, delete it, and place it again, like so. Could that work? It's a bit further up now. Doesn't look too bad. Okay, that looks kind of strange actually. That's better. Do the same around here so the terrain doesn't look too artificial. Okay, so now it's just the highest point, sort of. And of course that's the natural place to put a water tower to get the best pressure inside your house when you are supposed to use water. let's try and create a small marina somewhere, because I haven't really done that in my city, and I think that's a sort of requirement which most sea cities, if not all, should have. Okay, so it kind of snaps to the wall like that. And I also forgot to disable the crop anarchy, so that didn't work. Let's disable that, like so. Kind of unnecessary actually. We are going to try to create a small pier somewhere. Let's see, could use some of these, I guess. Or is it in here? I'm trying to find the harbor thing which I installed. It's probably somewhere on the crops here. Not really sure. What's this? Let's see. Oh, okay. So it's just the crops. Or kind of confused about that one actually. So I could use this one, I guess. Or not. Didn't seem to work good enough. Okay, so here's a bit more industrial stuff. Maybe it's here? Nope, it's not here. Where could it be? It's not that one. Not that one. Maybe it's on a different... Okay, that's kind of weird. It should be that problem. Modular police station. Okay, that's kind of nice actually. Modular clinic. Huh. I didn't know I had that even. No harbors here. I have no idea where it could be. I guess I haven't checked this category. Could be here. I'm not gonna check all of these right now. I'm just gonna wait and see if there's an icon. Okay, so there's not an icon, which means I'll have to check through them all or go to this category first. This is ground house, so it has to be either here or somewhere completely different, which I have no idea. Kind of stupid that there's no icons here. Taxiway, windsock. That's kind of cool. Street name, yo. Cool, I guess. Okay, so all these motorboats are in here without any icon, so that's kind of bad. Let's go back and see. Maybe I can just simply use the boats on the side here. Okay, so let's try and copy this whole row here over here, if that works. Doesn't seem to be working right now. Okay, so these won't float for some strange reason. I thought they would. Apparently not. So then these are basically useless. And I'll have to look more on the workshop if I want to create a marina. I thought it was kind of easy, but I guess not. I could also check over here. There's probably some assets here. Yeah, actually there is, which explains why I couldn't find the marina. So this is basically the marina. Yeah. Let's try and make that work. Keep them a little bit distant from each other. Okay, so this doesn't seem to work. Actually, let's try to separate them a bit more first, and then sort of move them a bit over here. Could something like that work? Sorry, trying to make this off key work, but it doesn't seem to work perfectly. Something like that, I guess. But I'll have to do that after I have opened all of these perfectly all along here. That way, and I'll just select them all like so, and have them kind of into the wall here. Move them a bit down maybe. Something like that. Not really sure about that tall wall here. If I could have a ladder, that might be useful. And apparently these need a road connection as well, which I'm not sure how I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna fix. Actually, I'm going to try and build a marina another place instead. I think that should be better. Let's see where that could be. This area seems perfect. I'm gonna do it right here. Just kind of make this area for the marina first, like so. Flatten the terrain on the edges here. Actually, I should probably flatten the entire thing first. That would be a better idea. But there's gonna be a bit of water here, actually quite a lot. All the water that entered this area is now flooding up here. Is a pretty steep wall protecting the citizens, so that should be good. Let's just wait till the water here disappears, then we can start kind of making the shape around this marina. Took quite a while actually. Lots of water. See if it creates a wave. Yeah, actually it does. I don't know how far that could go. Seems it's going inwards actually. Or a bit of both. Okay, so these are gonna collide about here. That's gonna be quite a wave, I guess. Um, yeah, you can see that actually. In the light here, there's a wave right here. I don't think it's gonna go any far. It's quite a large distance before it's anything it can harm. Probably the closest is about here. That's way too far for the wave to go. This is a bit lower, actually it's very low, so that might be affected. Oh, anyways, now it's dry here, so I can start making the shape. Let's just make it two and a half, 2.5 block wide. That way. And find that marina thing again. Of course, we'll have to kind of remove this again, so yeah, I guess it was kind of a waste. And it was mostly to get the roads straight, which I probably didn't do anyway, so I don't know. Let's try and see here with the height map. That should be a bit better at least. Is the oceans gone silent? Actually no, it's quite far. This wave has went really far. Or is it just a natural flow? I guess it is. There's some flow everywhere it seems. Which is natural, of course. Here is a really strong flow. Seems it is in most of these rivers. At least here. Okay, so I probably opened up here a bit too fast, so you can see now the water has actually gone up here again. That isn't good at all. Should be fixed eventually though, so there's not really a lot to worry about there. The roads get all washed and shiny. You can see the pixels shine. Yeah, now it should work. Let's see. Yeah. We just have to try and make sure it's straight, which can be hard, I guess. Let's actually replace this with a quay. That could be better. Now the um, marina should actually snap to this. I think at least. It did over at the other place at least. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. Place one on all of these spots, and then I can just later copy those. Misclick. Try and fix that right away. There we go. Let's now use snapping and kind of have these connect to the road. It is actually, let's just put this all together in the middle. That way, have a spare space of 6 squares here, and 3 between each of these marina terminals. That should work. A nice little marina here. Try and also connect it, of course, with a road connection. Try not to have it too steep. I should use the slope tool here. Make a gradual slope which the road can rest on. Like that. And of course this area doesn't have to be purely a marina. I could also add some buildings here, which would be really nice actually. So just kind of continue the road system a bit. This should be enough. It might be a bit close to the shore for buildings. A bit too far down to the seaside. You can see it's barely a meter. Actually, I could just try to increase the height of this a bit. Just select all the nodes here with the roads. That way, and try to kind of make them go as far up as the harbor lies. Okay, so that should be enough. The harbor doesn't want to stay at its place anymore, so we just have to put that a bit down instead. I guess that should be okay. It seems it's a bit further down over here. I might have to increase that a bit. Yeah, that's good. Over here. Uh, yeah, that's fine. Seems fine all around here. Good. Yeah. So now it's a bit further up, and I can start using the terrain tool to kind of finish that off by smoothing the terrain around here in the same height. And I could also make a beach here. That would be really nice. One here. Let's see. Try to not make too drastic terrain adjustments at once. Smooth is okay, that was a mistake. I was going to use the smooth tool. That should work. Let's wait and see when the water drains off here. That isn't too bad of a beach. It's a bit steep here, might feel a bit suffocating. Kind of like a fortress. Looks kind of like a fortress. But it doesn't look too bad. This beach isn't too bad either. Let's add a few pipes down here so they can have water. And let's just use the high density. Actually, let's use some high density here and here. A little bit here, whereas the rest can be commercial. Like so. And this is probably already in a district, so it's gonna be hard to change that, but I could make a unique district here quickly just so I can create a tourism specialization right here, which I strangely enough haven't really used yet. So there you go. Now they should have electricity as well. Yeah, now they are creating some bars and stuff like that. Drugstore. I have a feeling that's gonna disappear any second now. Probably not the right type, if I'm not mistaken. Well, anyways, that's a nice little marina. I could also make this sort of arm out here to protect it from the sea. About like that. Use concrete. I just have to wait till the water disappears. like so. And let's smooth it around here so this looks more natural, I guess. Kind of integrate it into the terrain here a bit. Raise the height of this a bit as well, so it can stop big waves. That should be good. A lot of water coming in here now. It will probably go away eventually. Actually, I could have a few more shops here, like so. Yeah, that marina should be functional, or those marinas, which it technically is because it's many of them, but I have put it in one area, so I guess it's a marina. Let's rename this. What can I name it? Atlantic. Oops. Atlantic Marina. Sidburg City. Yeah, that should work. Also, I could add a bus stop over there. I don't think that would be too stupid. Let's just add that on the line here. Let's see. Should probably have a small bus road which they can turn around on. Let's just use this one. Try not to interfere with the zoning too much. Oops. That's not what it was supposed to be. Kinda ruined the point. Shit. I'll have to fix that. That should be better. Might interfere a bit with the water here. Yep. Okay, that's gonna cause some trouble actually. Let's just quickly try to fix this before I can't do that because of water. Okay, so that should be good. Now the buses can probably use this route. Yep, which should be a lot better. Yeah, this area doesn't look too bad. Seafood. Wow, okay. Nice. And are these shops affected by the nearby marinas, or I'm not sure I completely understand here. Is it just random that they plop up these seafood shops here right behind the marina? Because it's kind of perfect, to be honest. Looks really nice. I wish there could be some hotels as well. That would be really nice. Zero visitors. Oh, that's not good. Guess a few more will come eventually. And I actually am gonna try to do that. Or just, you know, kind of end the road here instead. Because I don't like the way it sort of ended in that area. What's this? Weightlifting. A gym. Okay, that's really interesting. Oh, they have multiple of these. Huh. Okay, they have probably a bit too many. I didn't realize there was that many. Yeah, I'm gonna remove some of these. We don't want 5 or 6 of these gyms in the beach area or marina area, if that's what you want to call it. It's both, I guess. I'm gonna move this a bit further away so I get these a bit larger zones. Let's try and redo the high density zoning here and the commercial in here. This should be a bit better. Remove that one as well. Now this should have more space for these kind of seafood stores, I guess. Which is kind of what I wanted, if you didn't understand that yet. Could add a few houses where there's not enough space, just to prevent these tiny gyms from appearing everywhere. Okay, so we're missing a bit water here. Oh, nice! There's hotels here now. I like that. Is there a high land value here? Oh yeah, it's really high actually. So that's an hotel, that's an hotel, that's a hotel, what else? That's not a hotel, that's a hotel, so there's 4 hotels in that area. And another one here. Okay, well I guess there's a really popular area this is then. People really wanna visit this place. I guess that kinda makes sense. It isn't ugly exactly. You have this long beach here. Well actually you have it on both sides. You can also walk along here. I could improve that a bit. I could make it a bit more pedestrian friendly. Let's try and do that. I'm gonna create a gravel road from this point on and kind of have it go along here. Not gonna use the road guidelines, which is for walking along, of course. So now they have this nice promenade they can go to whenever they want, which would increase the tourism if this game was realistic, but it's not that realistic, so would be probably a bit hard to program as well. Hard to define exactly what's a nice area to walk on. Who's to say this is a nice area anyway? There's a bunch of boats on it and you can see them driving across the sea constantly. Sorry, sailing. Which is not too nice, I guess. But also, it's the water in general. That is kind of realistic. You can see here how the water raises the land value a bit. That kind of makes sense. I'd also like to see if they could add some method for, you know, view. So, you know, up here, for example, you can get a really good view, so the land value gets better. Just in general, high places get a higher land value. I think that would be pretty cool. Now let's take a first-person walk through this beach. Actually, let's go from the other way and go to the other area. I'm gonna use shift here to make this go a bit faster, so we don't use 20 minutes of this stream just walking. You can see how all of these parasols are placed around here. I used the brush tool to do that. These aren't really that curved. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be a bit more curved. If that's not an umbrella. I mean, maybe they're supposed to be that way. Kinda looks a bit strange from this angle. You can't really see much of them. But I guess that's because you can't see them from underneath. So they look kind of smaller than they're supposed to be. It's kind of a shame that they can't be seen from underneath. But at the same time it's not really that useful unless you have this mod, so what can you expect? So here's the path which I just created. Might be a bit too dense, might be a bit too high frequency of light pulse here. Could reduce that a bit maybe. And I should probably make it illegal for drivers here. It seems a bit strange to have them walking around, driving around here. Which, as you can see, they clearly do all the time now. Ban all vehicles. Yeah. Taxi. I could actually have taxi there. No, never mind. I'm not gonna have taxi. That was a pure pedestrian road. Oops. I applied it a little too much here. Guess it's easier to re-enable it in these areas. Like so. Oh, and these are still disabled. Yeah, let's see now if I can enable U-turns there so they can turn around. That would be useful for them, so they can access this place without having to despawn there. Even though I'm pretty sure they would just take U-turns anyways. Yeah, I have added some new cars, as you can see. That's pretty cool. Not the best looking car, of course, but in terms of the model, it's pretty nice. Really detailed. Yeah. And of course I don't want only these really nice cars, Lamborghinis and stuff. I want a bit more normal cars as well. The cars which poor people have and stuff like that. Oh, and here I'd have to disable the waiting requirement. I'll do that in all these places. Actually, just do it all around like so. Let's see if the roundabout flows a bit better now. Just disable it all around here and use these priority signs instead. That way could work. Yeah, it seems it works. is a quite rectangular roundabout, as you can see, but it's easy for cars to move from this point to this point and straight forward, which should help the traffic quite a bit. I could try to add a bit of curvature to the roads here, and here. But there's no point in adding curvature there. So like that could work. I doubt that's gonna increase the traffic flow a lot, if anything at all. So yeah. Okay, so the same issue exists in this roundabout. We'll have to disable the sound checking on all the places here. Did I say sound checking? I bet I did that earlier too, didn't I? Well, I meant, what's this called actually? Well, it's basically that they don't have to wait for the interchange to clear, which can be neat. Let's see. That should be all interchanges, and the traffic should increase a bit now. The traffic flow, I mean. And of course we have to do the same here. We can't wait here. This is actually a quite big interchange, so that would be stupid. Okay. Quite a bad flow here apparently. Any of the cars going straight ahead. Let's wait and see. Yeah, apparently quite a few cars are going straight ahead, which should be completely useless. I'm gonna make that illegal straight away. There's no use for them to drive up on this ramp just to drive down on the highway. That should be better. Now they are all forced to choose either that direction or that direction. Let's take a look at the traffic underneath here. Okay, so that's not good at all. I could add a few lanes here right before the highway. Right before the exit, just to let them exit easier. Let's see here as well. That way. That could help a bit. I could also upgrade these to a 2-lane highway so I could have each dedicated to a direction. Like so. And I'm gonna disable waiting requirement for them on these so they move faster that way. You should clear up the traffic quite a bit. Yeah, seems like it. Let's take a look underground now. The traffic is collecting up really fast. I don't know why. I have no idea where they're going. Okay, so it seems they are coming from this area. Which is really stupid because they could just have exited in about here. Maybe I have to expand this interchange a bit. I could just simply add a road. How I'm gonna do that, I'm not sure. Let's see. I'll add another road there and have it go underneath like that. Have it come up here somewhere. That might work. I'm not really sure. We'll have to see. Actually, I'm gonna try to make it a bit easier for the cargo trucks to move this way. Let's see. Make a tunnel here. Have it come up here. Try to make this a bit steeper. Add a bit of curve to them. Yeah, it was maybe a bit too much. Let's see. Okay, so it's kind of a slope here, so a bit more difficult, it seems. Can try to lower the whole thing a bit more actually. Okay, so they still seem to be using this area. You know what? I'm gonna try to ban them from using this right now. No trucks here or here. So from now on they'll be using this or this. At least that's my theory. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. We'll have to see. Yeah, there's quite a bit of wall missing here. I should fix that, but I'm gonna try and use something different. I'm just gonna erase the terrain up a bit instead. Like so. Smooth it out a bit, of course, that's a bit too tall. Something like that. That could work. Should silence the traffic here a bit more. And despawning is disabled apparently. So now it seems everything is working again. Just had to enable despawning. Yeah. Let's take a look at the city in the free camera mode. Um, okay, this is kind of a steep hill here. Should probably fix that. Let's try and see what I can do. I could first of all try to make this slope a bit easier. I could also move this shoe a bit further over here. That should also help a bit. Let's try now. Okay, still not quite even. Try and smooth the terrain out more. From this point, yeah, that should be a lot better. Try now then. Yeah, that's a lot better. So now the cars can drive up here without having to make these uncomfortable steep turns. Or, well, I guess it's a slope. Let's see how they are doing over here. Okay, so they are building a quite large building. The area seems to be thriving in terms of high density. Most are probably on the top level, which I guess makes sense. These buildings look really similar. I don't know why exactly, maybe it's the same module or something like that. See how this, and this are almost all the same. It's a little bit different on the top and the bottom. It's kind of strange, isn't it? Well, it's a nice area, still. Let's take a look over here, see if we can find any fishing stores. Yeah, seafood. Pub. What's this? Olympus Hotel. The Crab Shack. Well, it's really nice still. I wanna okay, actually the tourism doesn't seem to have any levels, but otherwise I'd try to restrict them from going too high right now. But it seems I can't do that. But I can actually add a few more houses here. Let's try and make it a bit mixed. High density and maybe a bit commercial. Then some high density again. Like so. I don't want to block too much of the view for the already residing residents here. As you can see, they have quite a magnificent view here, right onto the ocean, blocked by these high, monstrous hotels. But still, adding more high density to it probably wouldn't help. I'm gonna try to shape this district a bit more exactly, so I don't get these weird high density buildings in the rural areas around it. That should be good. Over here, and try to kind of make sure I don't get too much into the wrong areas. That should work. Oh wow, that's kind of terrible to look at, actually. Water might be a bit too detailed, or is it just how the water works when you look close, I guess. I guess it's not meant to be looked at from close. I mean, this doesn't look too bad though. Maybe you can see a bit of the square textures, but otherwise it should be fine. Of course you can see the square textures though when you look from this far away. It's just something that naturally occurs because you see the pattern repeating and repeating. Over here it's much harder to see. You can probably see it if you look for a long time or from far away like this. But if you look past, that should not be a problem. Or close like this. Here you can practically see no pattern at all. A few dead trees up on this little spot here. I'm gonna add a few more trees in this area. Let's see. Over here. Something like this. Try not to block too much of the view. Okay, actually most of the view is already blocked. Not too much here. You can see a little bit probably. It's quite tall buildings here, so it might be a bit difficult to see. These people should have a nice view at least, that's for sure. Let's try and see what kind of view they have actually. If we can do that, let's try. Apparently not. Is it possible? To try and get on the top here. A few benches actually. That's surprising. Let's just go from this then. Yeah, that's a really good view. You can look over these tiny skyscrapers, which actually are quite big. And people look like ants. Classical tall building. Same with that one, I guess. No, these aren't really that tall when you compare them to these, which I haven't really tried looking from above. Let's try and see the world from the top of this one. Okay, so you can see a lot from here. You can see the edge of the map. You can see skyscrapers over there. Yeah, it's really tall. You can basically see the entire city. The harbor here. These buildings, which actually are quite large, seem tiny now. And the buildings which are tiny compared to them again are actually quite large. Probably a bit hard to imagine when you are sitting on your computer. I haven't really seen such a tall skyscraper in real life, so I don't know how that actually feels. It's probably a bit unreal when you're sitting in front of your computer screen, so I don't know. Well, there's a lot of skyscrapers here in the city center. I'd say more than most cities on this size. Uh, 215,000 citizens, and you have these kinds of buildings. Not really sure if that's correct. I have a feeling this kind of city center fits more for, you know, like a million people. Actually, I'm not really sure if the city at all is realistically populated. Might be that I should go modify that file so that more people can fit into these buildings. No, I'm pretty sure if I actually turn off the realistic population rebalancing mod, pretty sure the population would actually increase because I have quite a lot of suburbs, which with that mod actually has less population. So if we look from far away like this, only this area would decrease in population, while the rest of the city would practically increase a lot. And I'm talking about a lot, from one household to like, I think it was 4 or 5, I don't remember, it's such a long time actually. But one household would be for really tiny houses. So most houses would have over one household compared to now, which most of the households in the entire city would have one household. So I guess you could say the suburbs population would increase by about 4. That would mean it would quadruple. Meanwhile, the city center population would probably drop by 90%, if not more. We can check right now how many people that would be. 1,400 there, 15,000 there, 25,000 here, 43,000, okay. So about 80,000 lives in the city center, I guess. Which means about 10,000, let's say 5,000 of them would be remaining. And that would mean I would lose 75,000 citizens, and let's see here, I need a Okay, so if the population in the suburbs went up by 5 times, that would mean the population in the suburbs would increase to 600,000. 600,000. And the population in the city center would decrease to about 5,000. Which leaves me around with about 725,000 citizens. Yeah. So that's a lot of citizens actually. If this was the standard vanilla population, I would have 720,000 citizens. Theoretically, I'm not sure that's entirely correct. That would be pretty cool actually, and I'm pretty sure the traffic would decrease as well, since currently most people live here, causing most of the traffic to be here. You can see the suburbs here barely have any traffic at all, and traffic flow is actually quite good. There are some spots you can see that are quite a bit worse, but mostly it's fine. Okay, so there's a lot of forces coming up here. I should disable cargo trucks from exiting on this boat as well, since that's causing some problems. So now we'll just have to continue drive along. Let's take a look over here. See how many actually works in these buildings. You can see there's a lot of workers in most buildings here. If we take a look at employment in the districts menu here for workers, you can see there's 30,000 workers in this district alone. This district here, 1,500. Okay, sorry, never mind. Actually, it's 112,000 workers and 1,400 citizens. Let's take a look at this district. 10,000 workers here. 8,000 workers. So this is sort of the worker area. This is the population area. This is a more of a mixed area. Same with this. Weekly tourist 111. That's not very high. Let's take a look at the general tourism income here. Where's that here? No. Where's the tourism? Outside connections, isn't that it? Confused. I was pretty sure it's there, but I guess not. Let's go back here. Okay, so it was just a glitch. Tourism at 2,475. So this area is a quite small portion of that. So let's take a look here. Same here actually. This area as well, I guess. The biggest of these. Tourists 25. Over here then, how many tourists visits this district? Let's find that district. It's this one. So that's 305. This area increases that drastically. And let's take a look at this area then. 72 this tourists. These marinas definitely increase the tourism there. We go back to the tourism here, tourism map. You can see all of these generate quite a bit of tourism. Same with the hotels here. The mini soccer field apparently creates a bit of tourism, which is strange. Why would someone wanna go in the middle of a suburb and visit this strange soccer field? And same with these plazas. Okay, plazas maybe a bit more understandable, but least understandable far are these parking lots, which apparently have quite a few tourists. And if you wait beside these, you can actually see tourists tend to go to them purposely and just stand in the parking lot, kind of, you know, visiting the parking lot, which is really stupid if you ask me. I wouldn't go visit the parking lot on my vacation. But I guess that's a mistake with the stats of these parking lots, which would have to be fixed. I don't know if I can change that since it's not my asset actually. I'm gonna try to fill in with some trees here. I just saw that and I thought it was kind of weird. Actually, there's quite a few places here that could use some trees. Yeah, that should work. Let's take a look at the transportation map and see. Okay, let's see over here first. I just noticed something. These people are missing goods. Or are they? They are not. They are missing buyers. Could it be I need some stores close by the farms? A nice farmer's market, something like that. Could remove some of the houses here and just replace that with shops. By the way, you can probably see my mouse moving a bit unpredictably around here. And as I've said in my previous streams, that's actually my mouse, which seems to have some trouble with the connection to my computer. So it's not really lagging at all, it's just kind of missing the connection from time to time, and then the mouse starts to jump a bit. So that's that, if you were wondering about that. I could add another shop here, or a few. Let's see, a few here. There's not too many shops in the city. You can see here it's quite a small demand, but still residential demand is actually quite high. Let's take a look and see how much zone there actually is. Commercial zone has gone up drastically the last months, I guess, weeks, whatever that is. Impossible to see, some kind of glitch here makes the time scale weird. or is it a glitch? It seems kind of like the graph has become real time. As you can see, 2018 is here, and I guess we're about halfway through. A bit further actually, so I guess not. Industrial, a bit higher. These have gone drastically down in one period. I realized I had too much packed in one area. Office zone as well. Just generally all these things that create jobs, I removed a lot of those in one period. As you can see, the residential zone has actually increased quite fast through the entire timeline of this city. I'm not sure exactly how much zone that is. I don't really know what these numbers mean. Okay, so it's squares. That actually means I have almost 160,000 squares of residential zone. I'm gonna calculate. My city is about double the density of a Norwegian average city, or something like that. I'm not sure if that's completely correct. Actually, it might be that the population is calculated through all the empty areas as well in Norway, which would make most of Norway empty. Uh, it was the density of Hungary, it would be approximately 800,000 citizens living in this area. Um, which is pretty cool, I guess. And if it was a Norwegian city, it would be about 100,000. Okay, so Estonia is approximately the density of this city. Meaning, if I continue to play around this population density in this city, I should also continue to stay on the density of Estonia or go below, because eventually as I build more low density, this should be a lower percentage, meaning on average lower density, I guess, if that makes sense. I could also calculate it in front in terms of how big the actual city. Each tire is about 2 by 2 kilometers or something like that. Anyways, I'm not gonna go into that right now. Maybe a bit too much math for now. I got carried away with other stuff, which I wasn't supposed to do. Yeah. Where was I supposed to go now? Could build some more houses here. A bit too steep, maybe. Here. Okay, that's also too steep. This is a natural reservoir. Can't use that. Same here. Quite steep this though. I probably wouldn't be able to build in this area anyway, so I don't know why that would matter so much. I could build here if I actually flatten the terrain, but I want some of the original terrain to be kept. Otherwise, why would I actually download this map? Kind of useless to download a nice, beautiful map created by a really brilliant map creator. I'm not sure exactly who created this, but it's really cool anyway. So I don't want to take away too much of it, since it's pretty cool like it is already. Yeah, these kind of shapes in the rifts in the mountain here. Then rivers coming here with this nice swamp area. It's pretty nice. You know, actually, this area is a bit too empty probably. You see, I'm trying to kind of fill in around the city in a pretty exact way. So this would I don't know. This would be probably too close. But again, it's a hill, so it might be a bit difficult to build there anyway. If I had some hill houses, I could do that really easily. As you can see here, even at a slight slope, it creates these rifts in the terrain, which I really don't like. I wish there could be some more adaptive buildings, you know, like these kind of hill houses which go out of the terrain here and kind of goes down a bit. Sort of like the basement is a floor with windows having a view throughout here, if you understand what I mean. Maybe a bit of an advanced explanation. Yeah, this city is quite complex right now, as you can see. There's a lot of tiny roads everywhere here, and it goes kind of up and down everywhere. Bridges and tunnels, and yeah, it's a system in it, but it looks like a real mess, which is kind of nice, I guess. Let's try and take a walk up on the bridge here. Take a look and see how that looks. And that looks fine. See down here. And lots of sorry, Mercedes here. Those are quite nice. And these old cars, whatever they was called again. Let's see. Culver Empire. Huh. Strange. Let's continue over here. See this massive glass hanging right in front here, kind of massive to look at. Not really the prettiest, but you know, that's modern architecture, I guess, so there's not really a lot of options in the workshop. I wish it could create something more classical, I guess. More of these beams along the side and stuff like that. I'm getting kind of tired of all the glass. I mean, they're not horrible, of course. There's force building and this, but it's just so boxy, so simple. Um, you know, I could want something more like this, probably. Because it still is pretty simple, but more details. Yeah, I could create some assets myself, though. That would take some time. Might have to consider that actually. Go on the Steam workshop, look for some inspiration, maybe, and then go into SketchUp. But it takes a lot of time, at least in many cases it does. So unless you're building something really cool, it might be kind of a waste of time, I guess. And let's take a last look around here before I end the screen. And let's also take a look through what I have actually done. I fixed this area here, added some more cattle. I have added a road over here, fixed this marina area. I have added some more trees here and there, fixed a few roads like this and this. I added a few shops over here. Yeah, I haven't really done a lot today. Guess I got kinda carried away. But you know, guess that happens. Yeah. So now we're seeing a lot through the city. If you want to see me expand this more, or even just simply like my videos, you can subscribe. Also, you can like my videos. That will also help. So yeah, that's it.